Not too unexpectedly, the experienced Aleena Edwards settled the quicker of the two and won the big points to secure the first set. She would ease to an 11-8 victory in the first set to set the tone for the match. But Brittney Joseph, beaten finalist a year ago, is in a rich vein of form and gradually clawed her way back into this one. She would go on to take the second set at 11-9 to even things up at 1 apiece. It was more of the same in the third, as she also took that one with some inspired play, winning at 11-2 for a 2-1 lead. The two would trade points early in the fourth as Edwards tried to prolong the match. She was the last woman to defeat Joseph, who is on a roll coming into this tournament, and with Catherine Spicer away, was favoured to go one better than last year. So said, so done, as Joseph would finally get her hands on the Silver Bowl title with a 3-1 victory, winning it 8-11, 11-9, 11-2 and 11-7. Both players would be rewarded for reaching the final. Edwards picked up the second place check, but all the applause was for the winner and new Silver Bowl champ Brittney Joseph of Wassa Sports Club. She would duly pick up the winner's check to confirm her victory to go along with wins in the Super Singles and Classified Singles earlier. The men's finals was a clash of titans as two of the brightest talents on the green table faced off, with Aaron Wilson of Caranach Blasters in the light blue faced the aggressive Hawk standout in Arun Rupnarine. And this was a very bright start for Rupnarine as he jumped all over Wilson and didn't let up in the first set. His aggressive intent seemed to unsettle Wilson and forced him into a host of unforced errors. He just gifted points to Rupnarine as his sluggish start persisted, allowing Rupnarine to steal the first set 11-8 for a deserved 1-0 lead. That malaise from Wilson continued in early goings in the second set, and Rupnarine jumped out to an 8-6 lead to send a 2-0 cushion. But Wilson started to find his range and spotted openings on the table, and he took them. In fact, he completely turned the tables on Rupnarine in the latter stages of the second and not only drew level but passed him along the way. His confidence returned, and that spelled disaster for Rupnarine, who couldn't buy a point now. Wilson would go on to take the second set 11-9 to draw level at 1 apiece. The third was a routine win for Wilson, who took control early and never let up. He completely flipped the switch on Rupnarine in this one, and now it was Rupnarine having problems with his game. And with his confidence shaken, he couldn't buy a point now, as Wilson tightened the screws and rumped to an emphatic 11-3 victory in the third set for a 2-1 lead on sets. With Rupnarine needing a win to stay alive, it was essential he got off to a fast start in the fourth, and Wilson obliged him. He missed some easy shots as Rupnarine stayed afloat in the fourth and gave himself a chance, mainly through Wilson's generosity. But that would change as the Caranach star, fresh from some outstanding performances at the Commonwealth Games, would take over again. This time, he kept his focus and pulled away from his opponent. Nothing Rupnarine threw at him had any effect on Wilson now, as he was dialed in. In the end, he would cruise home 11-5 in the fourth to complete a stunning 3-1 victory over Rupnarine to pick up the ICWI Silver Bowl title. Rupnarine picked up the runners-up check for the second year running, while Wilson could celebrate another title as he confirms his status as the brightest prospect locally and one who could reign for years to come. Ruskin Mark, C Sports Extra.